मोजिदौ भक्तिभजौ कृतौ च तदा प्रेमभक्तिं स्वकमे प्रयच्छ न मोक्षे ग्रहो मेऽस्ति दामोदरेह नमस्तेऽस्तु धाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिधाम्ने त्वदीयोदरायाद विश्वस्य धाम्ने नमो राधिकाय त्वदीयप्रियाय नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यं नमो राधिकाय त्वदीयप्रियाय नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यं हरे कृष्ण नमस्ते हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे नमो राधिकाय त्वदीयप्रियाय नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपं लसत्कुण्डलं कृष्ण नमस्ते हरे कृष्ण यशोदाभयाकृष्ण मानं हरे राम हरे राम युदन्दं मुहुर्नेत्रयुग्मृजल्ले कराम्बोजयुग्मेन सदङ्गनेत्रं मुहुश्वासकम्पात्रीश्वरसखण्डः स्थितग्रैवं दामोदरं दीदृक्स्वलेशाभिषान्तकुण्डे स्वघोषं तदीयेषु दर्देषु भक्तनीयत्वं न प्रेमदस्तं जयुग्मेन वरं देवमोक्षश्वासक्षं वदित्रीश्वरं न चान्यवृणेहं वैषादबन्धनम् इदं देवपूर्णादस्वाशालं सदा मे मनस्य इदं ते मुखाम्बोजशदर्दनीलहृदं कुण्डलैस्प्रेमदश्च गुजयुग्मेन मुहुश्चुम्बितं बिम्बहस्तानुष्मे नमो देवयमोदपूर्णविष्णो प्रसीद प्रभो मनसाभिमग्नस्तः कृपादृष्टिवृष्ट्यादिदीनं कुबेरात्मजौ वाचुम्बिदं त्वया मोजिदौ भक्तिभजस्तुतौ च तदा प्रेमभक्तिं स्वकमे प्रयच्छ विष्णो प्रमोदरेह नमस्तेऽस्तु धाम्ने स्फुरदीप्तिधाम्ने त्वदीयोदरायाद विश्वस्य धाम्ने नमो राधिकाय त्वदीयप्रियाय नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यं नमो राधिकाय त्वदीयप्रियाय नमो नन्दलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यं हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे
Hare Krishna. Pranams to all assembled devotees. So welcome you all for our Karthik month special Chardham Yatra. Today we are going to Chardham. Especially today's we will be going to Uttarakashi and from there to Gangotri. So for taking all of us to these holy places, we have His Grace Akinchana Krishna Das Prabhu. Prabhuji is the temple president of Vellore Temple, and Prabhuji is very known person for all the Kanyadesh devotees. He used to visit us regularly. Now, due to this corona pandemic, we are unable to physically meet, but Prabhuji is very humbly accepted our request, and Prabhuji is with us. So Prabhuji will be taking all of us to these holy places. We'll welcome Prabhuji by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times all together. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Akinchana Prabhu?
Yeah, yes, Prabhu.
Please take over, Prabhuji.
Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnana Jana Salakaya Saksurudinam Yena Dasme Sri Guruve Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Mudane Sri Vire Bhakti Vikasa Swami Nidhanamne. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Mudane Sri Vire Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nidhanamne. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Bhashatya Desadara. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Bhakti. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare. Thanks to the children, Mataji devotees of Ragala School for singing Damodara Ashtakam in a very nice way. The beginning of this third day Yatra program. So yesterday we visited the origin of holy Yamuna known as Yamunotri. So the color of the Yamuna is beautiful, glossy, effulgent, black in color. By virtual Yatra, we are able to reach all these places in a very easy way. So when we go for a tour in the future, we will experience the physical difficulties in reaching these holy places, especially when we are forced to walk from 5-6 kilometers to each and every holy places, except Gangotri, all these places we have to reach by at least walking some 6-7 kilometers, 10-12 kilometers like that. But at the same time, when we physically go to these places, we will experience the natural flora and the fauna of these particular places. We will breathe the holy, beautiful air of fragrant air of Himalayas, and we will experience the transcendental ecstasy also. So after reaching Yamunotri, yesterday we came down and reached the base town known as Warkot. So near the Warkot, in a village known as Karsil, the Yamunotri deity is kept during the winter season, rainy season for 6 months. And again, when the hot summer season began, the deities of Yamuna Devi will again go up, ascend, and she will place herself in her temple of Yamunotri for giving darshan to the pilgrimage people till the Deepavali day. So the darshan starts from Akshaya Tithi, then it ends in Deepavali day. So today we are going to visit the origin of holy Ganges Ganga river from this barcode town via a very important holy town in the Uttarakasi district of Uttarakhand state known as Uttarakasi. So Kasi, everybody knows. So for a typical South Indians like ourselves, already Kasi is in the northernmost part of this Bharatavarsha. South India, Dravida Desa means states of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala, and Andhra Pradesh. So for these four states of Dravida Desa people, the city of Kasi, which is on the banks of Ganges River, is almost in the northern portion of India, and it is a culture of the South Indians to visit Banaras, Kasi city, at least once in their lives. But here today, again in the Himalaya region, we are going to visit another Kasi city known as Uttarakasi, which is very famous actually, which will become famous after some time when the Khalifa passes, as per the Shastras. So why this Kasi is so famous? First, the Kasi on the bank of Ganges in the Uttar Pradesh state. So this Kasi is so famous because it is one of the 7 important holy towns in India which will award mukti, liberation for the people who visit there, who live there, especially who die there. So Saivites and Vaishnavites, they have 2 different opinions for the reason why Kasi is the place which gives mukti. So Saivites says that this is a place of Lord Shiva. So Shiva gives mukti. But Srila Prabhupada beautifully writes in his purports, Kasi means Varanasi because there this is the confluence or prayer of 2 rivers known as Varuna and Asi, which flows towards north to south, which is very auspicious. So in the Kasi, on the bank of Ganges, there is a god known as Manikarnaha god. So Lord Vishnu, when he was killing one demon, his earring fell down here and he prayed that place would become a holy place. And it is said that Lord Shiva is living there. But from the perspective of Vaishnava Acharyas, whoever soul leaves his body in the holy place of Kasi, at a time, Lord Shiva instructs the name of Lord Vishnu. He initiates that particular person by vibrating the name of holy name of Lord Vishnu. So naturally, by the influence of the holy name of Lord Vishnu, that particular soul gets liberated. As Kasi is the place which gives liberation to the souls who leave the material bodies in that particular place by the mercy of Lord Shiva, ultimately by the potency of the name of Lord Vishnu. So in South India, wherever we go, Shiva temples, we can see many in a separate sanctum in the Shiva temple. We will see a deity of Lord Shiva or lingam of Lord Shiva known as Kasi Vishwanath. So it's a tradition in South India that all the old people, elder people, they have to visit Kasi once. And somehow or other, if they fail to visit Kasi in their lives, so facility was made by the previous kings and sages that a linga from North India, especially Kasi, was brought there and installed side by side along with the main Sivalinga in the big Shiva temples of South India. And so naturally, we can see many Kasi Vishwanath sanctoriums in the big Shiva temples of South India. Of course, the Kasi Vishwanath deity established in Rameswaram as per the Sthala Purana is said to be brought by Hanuman himself from Kasi. Of course, we Vaishnavites refute this particular point in a very strong way. Because as per Kamba and by the Acharya's commentary, especially by the commentary of Madhva, we are able to understand that that particular story, Lord Shiva, Lord Rama installed the deity of Lord Shiva, Kasi Vishwanath in Rameswaram never happened. It's a false story from the perspective of Vaishnava Acharyas. So why I am speaking now? So Kasi is famous like this. Now the present Kasi, Uttar Kasi, we are going to visit on our way to Gangotri from town of Barkot. So this Kasi, as the previous Kasi, which is on the land portion of Bharatavarsha, this is also on the bank of great Bhagirathi river. So Bhagirathi, this river, when Ganges originates in Gangotri, it starts flowing down. It is known as Bhagirathi. So after flowing for hundreds of kilometers, and it reaches Devaprayag and merges with the river Alahananda, which flows from Badrinath, the great holy place of Lord Vishnu, then it becomes known as Ganges. Finally, especially only when it reaches the Siges, and from the Siges it is known as Ganges. Of course, basically Ganges is the mixture of 5 holy rivers, and I will give the names of these 5 holy rivers, and I will give the Prayag or confluencing place of these holy rivers with Alaknanda in the later part of this lecture. So this Kasi is known by another name known as Saumya Kasi also. Sometimes this particular place is known as Sivanagari also, because this particular town also houses one very beautiful, very important temple known as Kasi Vishwanath temple. So in the spiritual culture of Uttarakhand district, Uttarakhand state, this Uttar Kasi is considered as important as Rishikesh, and it is said that as the Kali Yuga passes, after some thousands of years, Ganges will disappear, and the present Kasi will also disappear, and the people pilgrimage, spiritual people of India, in future we have to walk to this Uttar Kasi to enjoy the atmosphere of Kasi. So this Uttar Kasi will become the Kasi of Kali Yuga in the future. So this Uttar Kasi also, this is situated on the base of a hilly region known as Varanavat. Again, there are 2 small rivers known as Varuna and Asi here also, which merges in this particular place. So naturally, this place is also known as Varanasi or Uttara Varanasi, and especially Uttara Kasi. So this is a very important holy town. We can experience the spiritual vibration once when we go there. Here, the many main important places one has to visit are famous Kasi Vishwanath temple, very important Kasi Vishwanath temple. Then, just like the previous Kasi we mentioned, here also when Manikarnika Ghat is there, then there is one big Durga temple known as Kuteteti Devi temple on the bank of Bhagirathi river. So there is another one important temple known as Nachiketa temple also. So now we will see the religious history of each and every places one by one. So in Uttar Kasi, one has to make it as a point to visit this famous Kasi Vishwanath temple to take the darshan of Lord Shiva there. So this is a very ancient temple, and it houses the deity of Shivalinga, Kasi Vishwanath there. So in front of the Kasi Vishwanath temple, within the compound of Kasi Vishwanath temple is there is a big temple for the consort of Lord Shiva, Parvati Devi. So in that Parvati Devi temple, after taking the darshan of Durga Devi, in front of Durga Devi, within the compound of temple, one has to see the big trident, very big trident, 26 feet high trident. One has to take darshan of this big trident. This big trident is placed on the earth actually. Nobody knows how much down it goes inside the earth. It's so heavy. So we can touch and take the darshan of this big trident. So it is said that Kali, Durga Devi, used this big trident for killing all big asuras known as Mahisasura, that asura, this asura, and everything. So on behalf of Kanyadesh devotees, 2 3 years back, we visited all these holy places, and the devotees who came and took photos of the trident of this world. Sometimes it is said that some devotees who were kings of Durga, Shiva, later on in the fights, they also used this trident. But generally speaking, it's so heavy, a human being cannot lift this trident at all. Then in this famous important town, Kasi Vishwana, in the Uttara Kasi, one has to visit the famous Devi Devi temple, which is another form of Mother Durga Devi. Nachiketa temple, the story of Nachiketa is always associated with the Leela of Lord Shiva that I will explain tomorrow. Nachiketa is a very important Shiva devotee. Then in that region, tomorrow we will explain about this particular temple, Gobeshwar Mahadev temple. That is also another famous Shiva temple. Then from Barpur to Uttarkasi, this is approximately 84 kilometers. It will take 3 to 4 hours to reach Uttarkasi town from Barpur. Then Uttarkasi plays the role of a basement for reaching the famous holy place Gangotri, from where Ganges emerges. So Gangotri, the origin of Gangotri, the present Gangotri, is situated in the height of 10,200 altitude feet. It is said that we know the story of, there are 2-3 stories related to the flow of Ganges from the heavenly planetary system to this planetary system. From Srimad Bhagavatam, first we will understand that the water of Ganges belongs to spiritual world. Ganges does not belong to material world, neither of Bhumandala, even not of Devaloka, Sargaloka. Ganges is not a water from Sargaloka also. Ganges is a holy river from spiritual world. We know the story when Lord Vamana, when he extended his palm, huge palm, when he expanded his palm as Trivikrama, and when he raised his toe or feet for measuring the land given by great devotee of Kerala, known as Bali Chakrabarti, Dravida Desa king, great devotee Bali Chakrabarti. So his fingernails extended beyond the regions of Surgaloka and higher planetary systems, and they reached the outer boundary of this Brahmanda. So the walls of this Brahmanda is so thick. The description is explained in the 5th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. It is made of the 8 material energies. So 8 very thick walls are there. Every wall, first wall, second wall, third wall, fourth wall. The second wall is thicker in dimension, 10 times bigger in dimension than the first wall. The third wall is bigger in dimension, 10 times of the second wall, like that. It's very thick. But the toe nail of the Lord Vamanadev's Trivikrama Avatar, it made a hole in the walls of the Brahmanda as the holy water of spiritual world, Raja river water, started flowing it in this material world, first into Brahmaloka, and from Brahmaloka to Sargaloka. But the story here, we hear from Puranas and Ramayana, it explains the story how from Sargaloka this Ganges descended into this material world, to this Bhuloka, not to this material, to this Bhuloka. So this is the place, Gangotri is the place where Ganges started flowing inside this Bhumandala from the matted hair of Lord Shiva. So this story will explain from Ramayana. after some time. So in this particular place, now, basically speaking, Gangotri we are reaching. There we can see the holy temple of Ganga Mata. Then we can see one big stone slab where King Bhairath did tapasya for bringing Ganges for this Bhumandala, to this Bhumandala. And one can see a small cave also. One has to walk some 2 kilometers from Gangotri, where Pandavas stayed there during their visit to Kailas, during their travel to Kailas. But basically, the originating place of Ganga is very difficult to reach. Actually, it is situated in the place known as Gomukha hilly region. One has to go by walking some 15 to 20 kilometers from this present day Gangotri, and it's very difficult to get government permission to go there. And even if one go there, there is no guarantee for our life. It's a very difficult trekking path, and actually Ganga is generated from there, from particular hilly region known as Gomukhi. It's a glacier, it was full of glaciers and a very difficult region to reach there. So as usual, Gangotri temple is opened on Akshaya Tithi of a particular year and closed on Deepavali day. Just now it got closed. So during the closure time, the deity comes down to the Mukba village, which is near Gangotri, some 10-6 kilometers down of Gangotri on the way to Uttarkashi. Then again during the summer season, it goes up and gives its darshan in the Gangotri, in the Gangotri temple in Gangotri, Ganga Mata temple in Gangotri. So the Pandava Guha is situated approximately 1 to 2 kilometers from Gangotri. That is also very difficult to reach actually. But one can take the darshan of the big stone slab on which King Bhairath stood and did tapasya for bringing Ganges river to this material level known as Bhumandala. So we know the story. King Sagara, he belongs to Surya dynasty. He did Aswamedha Yaga. So King Indra, he stole the horse which was meant for the Aswamedha Yaga. Since King Sagara was already initiated in the sacrifice of Aswamedha Yagya, I will explain the story in a little elaborate way by reading Ramayana. Now I am explaining in a very shorter way. So he sent his sons, 60,000 sons, for bringing the horses. They went to the Padala Loka. Their Kabilarishi was doing meditation, and they disturbed the meditation of Kabilarishi, and they went to attack him. So Kabila, the incarnation of Lord, got angry on them. As all the sons of King Sagara, they died. Then later on, his son Amsuman went there, and he tried to then he tried to bring Ganga to the lower regions of this material world. Then his son Dilipa started the same. He did so much tapasya, penances for bringing Ganges to this material world, to this Bhumandala, Bhuloka. All got failed. And finally, Bhairath, the grandson of King Sagara, he got success in bringing Ganges to this Bhuloka. So the present Ganges, before it assumes, it gets the name Ganges, has a long course of travel in the Himalayas, approximately from 250 to 300 kilometers. So it is a mixture of 5 rivers actually, basically. But when we read Ramayana, we will get more details actually. Basically, from the Surgaloka, when the Ganges descended to the top of the Himalayas, some portion of water started flowing on the northern portion of the Himalayas. Some water started flowing as different rivers to the eastern portion of Himalayas. Some water started flowing to the western portion of Himalayas. Now we are seeing the water which started flowing towards the southern portion of Himalayas. So it is said that I will explain again. North India and South India is basically separated by Vindhya mountain. It is said that Himalayas and Vindhya mountain, they see directly each other, because in between, in the northern portion of India, there are not so many mountains actually. So they are something like two big soldiers standing towards each other. They are seeing each other. Himalayas, they are looking towards south, and the Vindhya mountain, it is looking towards north actually. So in between this area, especially in the northern portion of India, actually King Sagra did a big sacrifice, Aswamedha sacrifice. So the river started flowing down. Basically, the river, a portion of Ganges, which flows on the bank of holy place known as Badrinath, that is known as Alahananda. So when Alahananda, when it is flowing down towards Rishikesh, then towards Haridwar, gradually 5 rivers merges with Alahananda in different places. Sorry, 4 rivers. So the name of the 4 important rivers are known as Dauliganga, Nandahini, Vindar, Mandahini, and Bhagirathi. Basically, Prayag means meeting place of, or confluential place of 2 or 3, 4 rivers actually. So in a place known as Vishnu Prayag, all these places we will visit. Today is 3rd day of our Yatra. Tomorrow we are visiting Uttakasi and Kedarnath, the most difficult place to reach in all in our tour in this amongst these 4 dhams. The day after tomorrow, we are visiting the famous important holy dham for the Vaishnavas known as Badrinath, which that place name is mentioned in innumerable places in Bhagavatam actually, Srimad Bhagavatam. But when we start traveling from Badrinath down towards Rishikesh, then finally to Haridwar, on the 3rd, 4th, 5th day, we will see all these prayas actually. First we will come to Josimath. Gradually as we descend down, we will see all these important places, and in each and every places, when we go there physically, we can stop the buses and we can see the merger of these important rivers. So in the place known as Vishnu Prayag, Dauliganga gets merged with Alahananda. Then as we come down towards Haridwar or Rishikesh, in a place known as Nandaprayag, river Nandahini merges with Alahananda. And one can see also, as more rivers get merged with Alahananda, gradually the river becomes so expansive, it becomes more wider, and the quantum of water, the quantum of holy water flows in that river, we can understand also, increases as it comes down. So in a place known as Karnaprayag, that story we will explain on the 5th day, the river Vindar mixes with Alahananda. So in the place, very important place known as Rudraprayag, Mandahini, which flows from Kedarnath, that we are going to see tomorrow. Mandahini mixes with Alahananda. And finally, in the Devaprayag, Bhagirathi, that we are going to see today, which flows from Gangotri, that's the main portion of Ganges. It mixes with the another main portion, which flows from Vishnu's place, known as Badrinath. In Devaprayag, they mixes. Devaprayag is one of the 108 important Divya in India. So the Alvars, the great devotees of the South India, they visited this holy place also. So on the 5th day, we will hear the Leelas, the pastimes the Lord did in this Divya known as Devaprayag also. We will visit the famous Raghunath temple of Devaprayas also. So today we will understand naturally. So Ganges gets its name Ganges only after Devaprayag. So basically it's a mixture of 5 important rivers known as Dauliganga, Nandahini, Vindar, Mandahini and Bhagirathi. Of course, again there are so many different streams are there. So now we will hear from or read from Srimad Valmiki Ramayana, where the story is explained in a very descriptive way. Of course, we are not going to see everything, all the descriptions, but at least basic descriptions from Valmiki Ramayana, how Ganges descended from the higher planetary system, Swargaloka, to this Bhumandala. Already we know from the Leela of Vamanadev how the Ganges started flowing or ended, how it ended within this material world, Brahmaloka, from spiritual world, Vaikuntha. So the story is explained in the Balaganda portion of Valmiki Ramayana. It's 7 sargas, sarga number 38 to 45. This story is explained in a very great descriptive way. So this story is explained by Vishwamitra to Lord Rama. Vishwamitra went to the assembly of Dasaratha. So it's a very important portion of Ramayana. He made a big argument with Dasaratha and finally became successful in bringing Lord Rama to the forest, especially to his hermitage. Yes, he was conducting some sacrifice. Two asuras known as Marisa and Subahu, they were hindering his sacrifices. Actually, these two Rakshasas were defeated by great Rakshasa King Ravana. So he brought Lord Rama for the purpose of eliminating, killing, destroying these two demons, Subahu and Marisa. So on their walking tour from Ayodhya towards his hermitage, in many places they stopped. Lord Rama and Lakshmana, they were not just boys, they were not young men also. They were in the just in the beginning of their young age actually. So beautiful small boys. So he explained the different stories actually to both of them, Puranic stories. So in these particular portions, Sarga number 38 to 45, he explained the story of descendant of Ganges to this Bhumandala. So first, Vishwamitra was glorifying Raghu dynasty and Sun dynasty. He explained in your Sun dynasty, there was a great king known as Sagara. He was a very dharmic king, but unfortunately, he does not have any child at all. So he had 2 wives actually. One wife is known as Keshini, and another one is known as Sumati. Keshini was the prince of Vidarbha dynasty, Vidarbha kingdom actually, and Sumati was a daughter of Kasyapa Rishi. So since he does not have a child, he went to Himalaya and did tapasya for a long time. And Bhrigu Rishi became compassionate on this particular king. He became merciful on this particular king. So he told, by the mercy of myself, and ultimately by the mercy of the Lord, in the future, definitely you will get so many children. But I can bless you in 2 ways. One blessing is that I will give you one son who will glorify your dynasty, and I will give another boon. By that boon, you will get some brave, gold, 60,000 boys. So naturally, he told, then these 2 wives selected this boon in a different way. So one wife, Kesini, she told that for me, only one child is enough. One son is enough. So the son who will act in such a way which will glorify my dynasty in future, that particular son, one son is enough for me. But Sumati, she wanted 60,000 children, 60,000 sons. Different Matajis are in different kinds of conscience. So naturally, they give birth to different kinds of sons. Some Matajis, they give birth to sannyasis, somebody to brahmacharis, somebody to devadas. Some Matajis give birth to demons also, depending upon their conscience. Karmana deva netre. Then finally, he started doing the big Asvamedha sacrifice. So when the sacrifice was it was nearing the completion, it was nearing the success. As usual, Indra became envious. He came in a different form and stole the hearts, which is meant to be sacrificed in the sacrificial altar in the sacrifice. So he stole the hearts and he took the hearts and he went to the place in the Padala Loka region of this particular earth where the incarnation of Lord Kabila was doing sacrifice. He tied the hearts near a tree nearby Kabila Dev. He, in a tricky way, then he just escaped for his kingdom, Surgaloka. So since the king Sagara, since he is engaged in doing the sacrifice, the same story like Vishwamitra, he cannot execute the activities like fighting, arguing of a Sadriya king. So he registered his 60,000 sons to go to the different parts of this universe, Bhumandala, and search for these particular hearts. And the 60,000, they were brave, bold, but they were not so spiritually intelligent. They started searching for these hearts here and there in each and every nook corner of this Bhumandala. They were unsuccessful. Then they came to their father. His father requested them, ordered them to search in the Badala Loka, Vidala Loka, Sudala Loka. They started ducking there in a very adharmic way. So as a result, the Bhumandala also got disturbed actually. So they were in mode of passion. Finally, in the lower regions of the earth, they found these 60,000 horses standing near great Lord Kabiradev. But since they were in the mode of passion, they were not able to understand Kabiradev was the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. His body is completely transcendental, nobody can destroy him. That is the reason one has to be very much careful when you want to understand the activities, pastimes, and tattva of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. Sadvam Suddham Vasudeva Sabdhidam. So it is said by Shiva, only in the Siddha Sattva state, the qualities and the transcendental name, form of the Supreme Lord will be revealed in the heart of a particular person. But on the other hand, since they were in the mode of passion, they misunderstood this particular sage has stolen the hearts meant for our father's sacrifice. So they wanted to revenge. They went towards him with great anger. At a time, Kabila, he, from his meditation, he came to his external conscience. He looked upon these particular great angry sons of Sagara, 60,000 sons. So by his mystic potency, he killed them. So, unable to understand the delay in their return, King Sagara, now he sent his son Amsuman. Amsuman also went here and there. Finally, he reached this particular place, but he was in the mode of goodness. He went to Lord Kabila in a very humble way, and from the transcendental speech of Lord Kabila Dev, he was able to understand all the brothers, cousin uncles of his father, of himself, or the brothers of his father, 60,000. They got killed there. So he wanted to do some Putra Darpana for them. But in the Padala Loka, there is no holy water available at all. So he wanted to bring Ganges river to this Bhumandala. Then especially his son, Driva, he did tapasya for 30,000 years, but he also became unsuccessful in bringing holy water to this material world. This is Bhumandala. Then finally, his son Bhagirathi, King Bhagirath, he did so much tapasya, and by the influence of his tapasya, Mother Ganges became so happy, and he agreed to flow to this Bhumandala, then to this Padala Loka, to give moksha for the deceased forefathers of his dynasty. So here, naturally, Lord Shiva, the Mahava of the devotees, glorified so much. Ganges started flowing from Surgaloka to this Bhumandala. Nobody is powerful to hold the water. The Shiva was so much powerful, and he took the water on his head. As a result, he is known as by the famous name Gangadhara, one who holds Ganges water within his matted hair. Again, Bhagirath did tapasya and registered Lord Shiva to release the water from his matted hair. So he released the water from his matted hair. That water fell into a particular place. That particular place is known as Gangotri, the present day Gangotri. Again, in the course of his travel, Ganges, in a Haribari way, it floated the ashram of Janu Rishi. So he got so much angry, he drank all the water of Ganges. Then by her prayer, water came outside of the Rishi. And that is the reason Ganges is known by another name known as Jahnavi. Then finally, it emerges in the Indian Ocean, Bay of Bengal, inside the ocean. It enters in the Badala Loka. So in this way, finally, it gives moksha to all the people, whoever come in contact with him, whoever comes in contact with Ganges, takes bath there, uses the Ganges water, they get purified and get moksha by the mercy of Ganges river. But from the point of Vaishnava perspective, the story is same, but the inner consciousness is different actually. Lord Shiva, he agreed to hold the Ganges water on his head, not that in the idea that I will show my prowess, I will show my power, I am the greatest person. On the other hand, he know the glories of the water which touched the toenail or feet of Lord Vamanadev. And he know Ganges water is so pure. First, it is the water of spiritual world. Second, this is the water which was at the lotus feet of his master, Lord Sri Krishna, Lord Vamanadev. So with great devotion, he accepted that particular water which flowed from Surgaloka to the Bhumandala. So he, in a very happy way, in a very humble way, he took the water, poured the water on his head. As a result, he is famously known by the name Gangadhara. But of course, Shiva devotees, Saivites, they always want to glorify Lord Shiva's glories without relation to the glories of Lord Sri Krishna or Vishnu. We Vishnu devotees, we glorify Lord Shiva in relation to the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu or Lord Sri Krishna. So naturally, Ganges is glorified by so many writers, so many thinkers, especially Ganga Snanam, which is glorified in so many ways, even by the European writers of the past or Arabian writers of the historical past. So many devotees have written so many glorifications, poems, kavidas, stanzas, or how we can say essays in glorifying Ganges. But amongst all that glorification, the glorification of the Acharya, Adi Sangara, is so important. So tomorrow we are going to speak a bit about the glories of Adi Sangara also. So one can question, He is the inaugurator of the Mayavada Sampradaya. So Lord Chaitanya warned ourselves to come in contact with the philosophy of Adi Sankara. That is true. But at the same time, we cannot forget the glories of Adi Sankara. Of course, Lord Chaitanya himself said in Chaitanya Chardham that there is no fault in the activities of Adi Sankara because he is the servant of Lord Vishnu. So by obeying the order of Lord Vishnu in Kali Yuga, intentionally he preached this Mayavada philosophy. But at the same time, he did so much service to the Vedic culture, especially he protected the Vedic culture from the influence of the Buddhist culture in India and again re-established the Vedic culture, which formed a basic foundation for the preaching of the future Vaishnava Acharyas like Ramanuja, Madhva, Vishnu Swami, and later on Lord Chaitanya. So most of the temples in this Uttarakhand region, it was renovated by Adi Sankara that we will try to explain in the tomorrow's lecture, in the day 4th lecture actually. So today just we will try to enjoy and release the beauty and taste and meaning of the some of the slogas of this famous Sri Gangashtakam written by Adi Sankaracharya who appeared in Kaladi in Kerala in South India. Devi Sureswari Bhagavati Gange Tribhuvanadarini Taraladarange Sangaramauli Nivasani Amale Mama Madir Asta Tapapatakamale. O brilliant goddess, O sovereign of all the demigods, O Bhagavati, dearly beloved of the Supreme Lord, O Ganga, who brings liberation to the three worlds, your ways are playful and reside on Lord Sankara's Siva's throne. O Immaculate One, may my attention be fixed upon your lotus feet always. Bhagirati Sukadayini Mati, Tabajala Mahima Nihamakayadaha, Nagam Jane Taba Mahimanam, Tahi Kripamahi, Marjananam. Very, very important slogan. Bhagirati Sukadayini Mata. O Bhagirati, who answered the prayers of King Bhagirata, O my dear mother, who bestows bliss. The glory of your holy waters is described in the Vedas. Tabajala Mahima Nikamakyadaha. Nikama means Vedam. Vedas. Nagam Jane Tava Mahimanam. But unfortunately, I am entirely ignorant of your magnificence, O merciful one. Please save this dullard. So in this regard, there is a past time in Chaitanya Sardamrata. When Lord Chaitanya was walking from Jagannath Puri towards Vrindavan, finally he came to one village of cowherds. And of course, practically speaking, in each and every village, Lord Chaitanya was preaching. But when he reached this particular village, many people started joined in his kirtan. Lord Chaitanya became so much happy by hearing the holy name from the mouth of many of the residents of this particular region actually. But when Lord Chaitanya, again when he started walking towards another village, he started experiencing the fragrance of Ganges river. The Lord Chaitanya told that because of the influence of this Ganges river, the people of this particular place is so pious and they were able to sing the names of holy names of Krishna in a very easy way. Like that, Lord Chaitanya was glorifying the influence of Ganges in Chaitanya Sardamrata in Madhya Leela. Tabajalam amalayena nipitam, paramapadam kaludena grahidam, Madargange tuvayo bhaktaka, kilatam drashtum nayama saktaka. Very important sloka. Anyone who drinks your pure water attain the highest destination. O Mother Ganga Yama, the god of death cannot even look at that person who is devoted to you. Kila dam drashtum na yamaka saktaka. Very important word. Kila means certainly. Yamaraj even cannot look at a person so who has taken shelter at the lotus feet of Mother Ganges. Kalpaladam ivapaladam lohe, pranamadi estubam na patatir sohe, Para Avira Viharini Mother Gange, Ubutta Vanidahirda, Taralavange. You fulfill one's desire just like this fulfilling creeper. He who offers respect to you never perishes in grief. O Mother Ganga, who flees between the two banks, the wives of the demigods listlessly glance at you from the corners of their eyes. It's a very important line. Thus, even the demigods' wives, they become envious by seeing the glories of Mother Ganges. And very important slogan, next slogan. Tabakrabaya chatrotaka snataka, punarabi jadare sopina jataka, naraka nivarini janavi gange, kushala vanashini mahimodugunge. By your mercy, a person, if chanced to bathe in your water, he never takes birth from the mother's womb again. O Ganga, daughter of sage Janu, you save one from the hell and eliminate one sinful reaction. You are always the pinnacle of glory. Then, ninth sloka. I think this is not Ganga Astakam. He has written so many verses. It's my mistake. Ganga Stotra. Rogam, Sogam, Tabam, Pabam, Harame Bhagavati Kumadi Kalapam, Tribuvanasare, Vashuddhahare, Tuamasigadir Mama, Kalu Samsare. O Bhagavati, please take away my disease, grief, suffering, sins, and delusion. That's very important. Delusion, Maya, Avidya. Your presence is essential in the three worlds. You are the precious necklace embellishing this earth. You are doubtlessly my only shelter in the repeated birth and death of this material world. Then finally, these two slogas are very important, these final two slogas. O Alahananda, who descends from Himalaya, Alahananda Paramanande. O you who personify supreme bliss, Paramanande. Kurumayi Karuna, Kadara Bande. Please bestow mercy upon me, for you are worshipped by all the wretched. Whoever lives on your banks reside in the transcendental abode of Ayudas. Very important line. Tabatata Nigate Yeshya Nivashaha, Kalu Vaikundadasya Nivasaha. The final slogan, very, very important slogan. Varamihanare Kamado Minaha, Kimmadire Saradaka Kshinaha, Adava Gavyudi Sopacho Dinas, Tabanahidure, Nirupati Kulinaha. It is better to be a turtle or fish in your water, a tiny lizard on your banks, or even a shell dog eater living within the 4 square miles of a mile radius of yourself, than to be a king of a noble lineage who lives far from you. O Lady of the Universe, blessed one, glorious one, goddess, whose form of liquid, O daughter of the best of the sages, that person who always recites his impeccable prayer in praise of Ganga Devi truly gains victory. Bhuvavneswari, Punyadalye, Devadevamayi, Nivarakanye, Gangastabam Amalam Nityam, Padati Naroya, Sat Jayati Satyam. So in this way, he was glorifying Ganges like anything. So following in the footsteps of Adi Shankara and all great Vaishnava Acharyas. So today, in this place of origin of Ganga, Gangotri, we will pray to Ganga Mada and Adi Shankara and all to the great Vaishnava Acharyas to bless ourselves so that we will be situated on the path of devotional service to the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vamanadev, Krishna, Vishnu, without interruption and in a very happy way. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Suprabhat ki.
Krishna Puji, Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for taking all of us to all these very holy places like Gangotri and Uttarakashi and all the rivers like
Holy Ganga.
Holy Ganga. Thank you very much, Puji. So any comments or any questions from anybody?
Any doubts anybody can ask?
Yeah. If there is no questions, Asiman Prabhu.
Yes, sir.
Asiman Prabhu, you can do the vote of thanks.
That's one word.
Hare Krishna. Okay. I think Prabhuji is
Not hearing.
yeah, okay, not hearing, I think. Anyway, Prabhuji, thank you very much for such a wonderful class. So we will continue tomorrow.
Yeah. Towards Kedarnath.
Kedarnath, yeah, yes. So for today, we will conclude here by thanking Prabhuji by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times. All together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. We'll do Vaishnava Pranam also. Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Ananta Kodi Vaishnavanda ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Chardham Yatra ki Jai. His Grace Akinchana Krishna Prabhu ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thanks.
We will be tomorrow. We will be continuing with our Arati.
Yes. Thanks.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Sadandasham Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, 5 minutes, Prabhu, 5 minutes.
Okay.
It's ready. Yeah. Connection താമസിക്കില്ലേ കൊടുക്കാം
Today's class is with
Jinesh.
What is our class today?
Jinesh Prabhu. This is my Jinesh Prabhu, Prabhu's house, Prabhu Abbas. Yeah, it is my own phone. You can focus on my own phone. Lingo.